Sorry.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So, okay. So here, I think recording started, right? Yeah. So here, if you want to print the value of A, so let's say we print the value of it. Printing value of A, okay, and you say comma A. And here I'm saying printing type of A. Okay. So how do we get type of A? How do we get type of A?
Do you do input?
Type of. Right. So the type function gives us the type of A. So when you run it here, okay. So I enter say 8. So what happened? Value of 8, value of A is 8, which is correct. We give 8. Type of A is string. Okay. So when you are reading the value from input, okay, by default, it converts into string because Python doesn't know what kind of value we want to enter, right? Python will not be able to, predict, right, what we are doing. So Python will not know what kind of value we are trying to input here. Okay. So when we don't know what kind of value we're trying to input, it converts it into in string. Anything you enter hello 8 or whatever, everything by default, it converts into string. So if you have to convert it back into integer, what do we do? If you want to convert it back, what do we do? So we have to convert here into A, into type. So A, and then I say A equal to int of input. So input is taken first, once because innermost function is input. So it takes input first, and then it converts that input into type integer. Okay, so that value A that you have in your hand is now integer, not default string. Okay, it's called explicit conversion. We are explicitly converting the value from one type to another. Okay, so when I run it here now, so if I give, okay, it's waiting for us to enter a value, I give 10. Okay, so see, it gave us int, type as int because we convert into int here, right? So a int, now you get 115. Understood what input does?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, so for input, okay, when we write input, it is waiting for us to enter the value, of course, but here we know, that we have give input against A, so we have to input the value of A. But where you have multiple variables, and let's say you're running it after a few months, you don't know whether I'm reading X first or A first or length first, right? So you can give a comment. Okay, we'll connect back in 10 minutes. Okay, so input will, you can give a comment here as string. So I say enter the value of A. Okay, so now when you run this program, okay, so you see this, enter the value of A. So now you're sure that, oh yeah, I have to enter the value of A here. And I say 9. Okay, it gave us all these things. Okay, so now what I want you to do is, I want you to modify the program that we have written. Okay, for every variable, I want you to, okay, so one more thing about input here. Input takes exactly one parameter. Okay, input takes exactly one parameter. So you cannot give any other parameter. Say maximum, so it accepts either 0 or maximum 1, right? I cannot give comma and something else. Okay, so here you accept as just one string. It accepts as one string, and whatever you give, it is called prompt. Okay, so it will be displayed on the screen. Okay, so for the user, for Python doesn't care. Python is only interested in what you enter after enter here. Okay, But this is message is for the user, okay, for the who's using your program to see, oh yeah, I have to enter a value here. Okay, got it? So now I want you to replace all the value that we have here, variables that we have, with input. Of course, this is calculation. Okay, so this is not this, yeah, this is not what we are going to input, right? This is fixed. This is calculation. This is formula. This will not have any impact. Impact will be on the variables. Okay, so quickly take 2 minutes, change the same program. If you want the code, you can go to the location which I have shared, Google Drive, copy the code and replace all variables with input. Should be okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yep. So again, you have 2 minutes to do that. I'll be back. Okay. So replace all the variables with input. Okay. And let's see it's working or not. And then we'll move to next topic. Okay. Okay, this is how you do it, isn't it? So if I run it, it'll ask me enter the value of A. I say 10. B, I say -5. C, I give 30. Okay, so I'm not this. Okay, so why does okay X we have to give, right? I forgot. Okay, so we give 5 here. So you get equation is 255. Now enter the length in the rectangles in feet. So I say 90. Okay, breadth, I say 40. So, okay, you get 360 square feet and 260 feet as parameter. Sounds good?
Okay, so just one more question.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure we're writing enter the value of B And instead, we can't just do input A. So we have to write the complete sentence, right?
No, I said this is the text that you want to display to the user, right? It's up to you what you enter here. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There's no restriction. So for Python, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it worked without text also, right? It worked without text as well. So what you put here is a message that is for the user. Okay. And we always believe in giving detailed message to the user. Okay. So, you know, the best possible sentence that you could write, short, but it should convey full meaning, right? If I just say A, right? So it doesn't. When you're booking a air ticket, if the site says A and B, will you understand what is A and B? No, right? So they say origin airport, right? They say destination airport. So you know, oh, I need to enter a destination here and origin here. If it simply says A and B, probably we will not. So I mean, what I meant to say is give, you know, as much. It should be short, okay, first of all, but at the same time it should convey the complete meaning, right? So it is up to you how you know, artistically you can give these statements, because these statements are visible by customer, your user. See, the formula here will not be seen when you run this program here. The formula is not seen, right? What is seen are these print and input, correct? So when you're writing this text for print and input, you have to be very you know, you have to think from the from the user, not from as a programmer. For you, hint is okay, I just say A colon, so I know it is A colon. But for user, you have to be a little more descriptive. Okay.
Okay,
But
that makes sense.
yeah, but you know, the for Python doesn't care. Python doesn't care what you write in print, what you write in input, right? It is for the user who's going to read your program. It's Python doesn't matter. For Python doesn't matter, for you and me also doesn't matter, right? For developer, it doesn't matter. What matters is the user, right? So you think from the user perspective, what text, what information that I give here will be helpful for them, right?
Right. That makes sense.
Okay. So take one assignment before we move here. This assignment for you to do at home. So write a program to input marks in 5 subjects, okay, and calculate total marks and average marks. Simple. So, okay, so use this. I'm going to put this also there. Wait, Control Z. Okay, and put it here. So it's going to end in few minutes. Okay, so if it ends, you join back. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to Control X, and here I'm